What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and tonight I'm just going to be talking about the latest happenings in the world of video games. I've had a pretty big day. I actually went and did my Jurassic Park movie marathon, watched all 5 movies in a row. Such a fun time. Oh, such a great time I had doing that. I got up after 5 a.m. this morning and got around and started watching the movies. Got done, I believe it was around 3:30 when I finally got done with all 5 Jurassic Park movies. And it's all anticipation for Jurassic World Dominion, which comes out in a month and a half from now. So I'm totally excited about that. I cannot wait to see Dominion in theaters. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We're not here to talk about Jurassic Park. I'm here to talk about some video games. So there's been a lot of rumblings, a lot of rumors, leaks, stuff that has been out on the internet that has the potential, what I think could lead into a Nintendo this summer. And especially since E3 has officially been canceled. So, anyway, we'll get into that in just a little bit. So, if you guys wish to check out this video and all of my other videos on the consoles, feel free to do so. Just head on over to my platforms on Twitter at WillYork_23, Twitch Tuxedo28, and YouTube Will York. You guys can also add me on Discord, Facebook, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and the 3DS systems. I'm available on any of these platforms, so feel free to like, share, subscribe, tweet, comment, chat, anything you guys normally do on these platforms. So feel free to do so. So I'm glad that you guys are here and joining me on the stream. So I'm glad for each and every one of you who do decide to watch a stream, whether it's the replay or you're watching live. So I do apologize. I was doing good earlier and then I got the drop. So I think we're getting back in there now. So let's go ahead and dive right into the latest rumblings. So here we have the latest Nintendo Switch rumblings. So we'll go through these one at a time. And again, this is not going to be like a super long video or anything like that. So sorry guys, excuse me. Had some phlegm in there. Ugh, nasty stuff. Anyway, latest Nintendo Switch rumbling news. We have the Game Boy systems have apparently been leaked for Nintendo Switch Online. And I was discussing about this last night. And I showed you guys about the Analog Pocket too as well. So apparently it's been found in the internal data system for Switch Online that the Game Boy family includes Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games all coming to Nintendo Switch. Doesn't say when, but it doesn't say when. But the fact is that they're coming. And that the also recent rumbling news is that with the they're testing out Rumble Packs or transfer packs, and there's not a lot of games, and this is for the 64 service. This is for the Nintendo 64 version. So you're probably thinking, what games go along with a transfer pack? Well, Pokemon Stadium, because that allows you to actually play Pokemon on the 64 through the transfer pack. So anyway, so the possibility is that Pokemon Stadium could be coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Expansion Pass. Could be. And it was also one of those games that never got a release on the Wii U. A majority of the Switch Online games were released on Wii U's Virtual Console. But now it could be a chance that Pokemon Stadium could be coming to Switch Online. Possibility. They tested all this out from an insider by the name of Emily Rogers had said that they tested this out in September of 2021, so they're still working on it. It's a test in progress, so it'll be really interesting to see what Game Boy games could be coming to Switch Online. Personally, I want to see the Pokemon games, but from trying to use my phone data for an internet, since sometimes the internet at home does not sometimes does not do very well in good quality. So I'm trying to get good quality streams coming in. So, and it's good to try new things. So this is one of those new things that I'm trying out. So trying not keep this a long stream. And I apologize if you guys are, get the drop and all that. I apologize. It's just not super strong sometimes, but it's strong. I will admit it is strong, but it's not super strong. So anyway, like I was saying, Game Boy family consoles have been leaked for Nintendo Switch Online. It's apparently the leaks also say it's been developed by Sloop, which is developed by the Nintendo European Research and Development Team, or NERD, as what some would call it. Really interesting, and they also showed photos. There was also some videos on that too, and this was all a 4chan leak. So gotta be careful about those 4chan leaks. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. But you might have to watch out for those. So, quick second, guys. Alright. Sorry. Next, we got Sonic Origins, a release date, which they announced that today. They announced a release date for June 3rd with insane pricing plans. Yes, from what I've seen a little bit of, they got different stuff, weird stuff for different prices. So, You know, the standard edition is going to be like $40. Okay, makes sense. But there's also going to be like deluxe edition, like a super deluxe edition. That's going to, the prices on those are really going to interesting. That, like, you can only get this. You can't get, you know, you buy one thing, you can't get everything in there. Like, you'll get this if you buy that, but you get this, then you can't get that. So, and if you get, you know, it's weird pricing stuff. Really, really odd. So, but it is coming to Switch, and basically what Sonic Origins is just remasters of 4 Sonic games: Sonic Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Hedgehog 3, or Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. So it's just going to be a remaster of the original, it's just going to be like a remaster of the original Sonic games, and this was part of last year's Sonic's 30th anniversary. So we'll see where we go on from there. And then this third option here, this third article, really, really interesting. They announced earlier this week that the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is moving to a July 29 release instead of September 2022. So Xenoblade gets moved up on the release by about a month and a half. Most speakingly, I mean, in the Nintendo Direct, they announced that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was releasing in September. Okay, that's what we know. That's what we found out. Then earlier this week, we found out they're moving up about a month or so ahead of schedule instead of September 2022. So, really interesting to see Xenoblade Chronicles 3 moving into July instead of keeping with that September release. But that begs the next question, and this is one I've seen a lot on social media. Could Splatoon 3 be delayed into fall 2022? Maybe. But the thing that I see with this is what I remember from the Nintendo Direct, it said summer 2022. It said summer 2022 on the Nintendo Direct back in February. I think if Nintendo intends to keep Splatoon 3 for a summer release, August would be most likely, because it's still in the summer months, and really June and July would, they're kind of booked up. You got Mario Strikers coming on June 10, then I believe, I think it was June, I think June 24th, or it was later in June. We got Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, which is the Mosu style Fire Emblem 3 houses. So that's a June release as well. And July now has Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Unless I think July is also the I'm trying to think. I forget when Fire Emblem 3 Hopes releases. I should have notes. I put them somewhere. Anyway, so I mean, it's a possibility that Splatoon 3 could be delayed into the fall, but I think what we heard from Nintendo is that they said summer 2022. So I still think it's possible we'll get Splatoon in the summer. I just think it's going to be in August at this point. I just think August is most likely if they're going to keep with the summer theme. If not, they should announce that in a possible Nintendo Direct. And next, this one information comes from today. So they showed off 11 minutes of brand new gameplay footage from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. It was supposed to come out last year. Then they decided to keep working on it the best they could, so they moved it to 2022. And now they've announced 2 different things about the game. One, the original voice actors from the 1987 show, which apparently that show turns 25 this year. I'm feeling old. And the original voice actors from the show are returning in this game. Also, it has been announced that it's going to have a summer 2022 release period. So that is not very far away. We are almost at the end of April. Today is the 20th. We are about 10 days away from the end of the month. Oh, happy 420, happy 420 day to those who smoke or do marijuana. So happy celebration to those. I don't do that at all. I don't do drugs. So, anyway, getting ahead of myself. So, and this was the Switch was actually one of the first consoles to be announced to be this game was supposed to be coming on. And I'll show you guys in a little bit the 11 minutes of brand new footage. So, really interesting to see. I watched it earlier and I laughed. I'm like, this looks so great. And it just feels like a great tribute to the original beat 'em up fighters games from the original Turtles games, like the Turtles in Time. Feels like a great tribute to those. We're also going to be getting the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, and that's coming on Switch as well. So I'm like, if you're not going to put it on the Switch, man, and then because original those are on NES. Those original games were on the NES, and if you do not put them on a Nintendo console, there was going to be trouble. There was going to be trouble. And I was going to help lead the charge on that one. So, we got news, I believe a week or so ago, that the Breath of the Wild sequel has been delayed to 2023. Could a Zelda game be released on Switch this year? I say yes. I say yes, it could. Every year since the Switch has been released, we have gotten at least one new Zelda game. One new Zelda game, of course, 2017, Breath of the Wild. 2018, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. 2019, the remake of Link's Awakening. 2020, we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And last year, we got Skyward Sword. And this year was supposed to be Breath of the Wild sequel. But of course, it's now been delayed to spring 2023. But, I mean, there's a reason for delays. You got to make the game as good as you can. Otherwise, people are not going to play your games. People don't play your games, then, people don't play your games, and it's not helping your business much. If you don't believe me about rushed games, ask the people at CD Projekt Red about Cyberpunk 2077. That game got rushed and it did not get good reviews. But it has been getting a lot of performance upgrades in the last couple years since it's come out. But the overall lesson is don't rush development. Take your time, because if you don't take your time, it's not going to turn out well. I believe there's a famous quote made by one of the legendary Nintendo people, Satoru Iwata. His quote mentioned that a rush game is forever bad. So that's part of the quote. I can't quote it exactly, but it is part of the quote that a rush game is forever bad. And pure example, Cyberpunk 2077, it got rushed, it did not do well, and it just leaves a bad taste in the mouths of fans. So, honestly, if we get a Zelda game for this calendar year, I think we're gonna see Twilight Princess and Wind Waker come on Switch. I mean, there's been insiders that have said for the past year that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are both coming to Nintendo Switch, and other leakers and insiders have also said that excuse me, got a lot of stuff in my throat. They've also said that these are ready to go. These are ready to go for Switch. In the event that Breath of the Wild 2 gets delayed, behold, Breath of the Wild 2 sequel has been delayed to spring 2023. So, in other words, we could be getting Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on Switch if these insiders are correct. So, and that leads me to... all of this leads me to the one point I skipped over. E3 2022 has been officially canceled in person and online. So, could we still get a possible direct in June or the summer? I say yes. It does not have to be in June. It can be, I say, anytime during the summer. As long as it previews games coming out for the second half of 2022, I think we could get a Nintendo Direct. I mean, June is most likely because it is one of the peak times of the season, especially you're getting ready to preview holiday titles, games that you really want to sell during the holiday season. That's your big moneymaker is the holidays, of course, Christmas. Yeah, but most likely Christmas with Black Friday deals and new console releases. You know, you want to boost up revenue as best you can. It's sell, sell, sell. So, best way to inform the public about these new games and consoles is put on a showcase. Put on a direct, a showcase. A lot of companies do that during the summer. Of course, like I said, E3, it's an early opportunity to preview new games, new consoles, everything people need to know to get ready for the holiday season. Because that is your moneymaker, is the holidays. So, that's the latest Switch rumblings that I've had. So, that last point leads me now to a prediction. So, give me just a quick moment to switch over to... Let's see. Get rid of this. Alright. So, this is what I'm calling Summer 2022. I'm not putting this in June. I mean, it could be a direct and not take place in June. So, but I think June is more likely. Maybe in May. Could be more likely to announce like a direct. So, I do apologize that it's not, big enough where you guys can, read it. So maybe what I could do, oops, I'm just trying to live adjustments. Alright, so of course we'll start off with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 details and gameplay. Of course, we got an almost 3-minute long trailer with gameplay, mostly story, but a little bit of gameplay for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And of course, with that new release date of July 29, I think it's possible we will get that in a possible summer direct. Of course, people, you get that one last look at this game or one new detail that had not shown off yet. So, with the new details and especially a new release date for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think it's a possibility we could see that in a possible summer Nintendo Direct. TMNT Shredder's Revenge release date, of course, I was just telling, new information released today. Includes a release slate for the game, which is summer 2022. So this could be anywhere from June to August. So we'll see. So I mean, again, this is one of those hype games that's been in the works for over a year. A lot of people have been hyping for it, and I have too. So I think it's possible we'll get the release date announced for this one, unless the developers have been actually dropping a lot of their information on IGN, so one of their exclusive partners for the game. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak will probably gameplay footage. There is a release of, I believe, June 30th is the release date for the expansion pass. I could be wrong, but we could see some more gameplay. We could see some more footage stuff. Anything to go. I mean, it is an expansion pass. It's not going to be much, but again, Monster Hunter is a Switch exclusive. It is coming to PC later, so we'll have to see. But I think it's a possibility we could get Monster Hunter, especially, last year had really good success on Switch. This one, I'm really hopeful it could be summer, but there have been sources and insiders saying it could be May when Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is released on Switch. Of course, this game was announced over a year ago in a February Nintendo Direct. It was supposed to come out in summer 2021, but COVID hit, and everything kind of, COVID delayed it, but they announced back in February that development was being finalized, and a lot of insiders, leakers have said that the Fall Guys, they're saying that Fall Guys on Switch and Xbox will be coming out around May. Possibly with this new Season Symphony 1 is what they're talking about when this Fall Guys is coming to Switch and Xbox. We'll see. We will definitely see. 3DS game ported to the Switch. Never wrong with that. We've gotten like Miitopia ported to the Switch. It's always possible. We can always get a 3DS game ported to the Switch. There's no answer for... It's kind of hard to say why not on specifics. It's hard to say why not. So, why not port a 3DS game on the Nintendo Switch? Why not? And then we got Bayonetta 3 details, gameplay, and release. Okay, we found out about this in the September 2021 Direct. We got the reveal trailer and a little bit of gameplay. And the release date was 2022. That's what the announcement was. But we did not see it in the February Direct. So, if they're still sticking with that 2022 release, then that's probably going to be one of those holiday titles. It's probably going to be a holiday title for Bayonetta 3. So, interesting to see about that. So, I think Bayonetta 3 could be that could be a good shoe-in for this possible summer Nintendo Direct. Next, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. I was just talking about those. Again, sequel to Breath of the Wild has been delayed to spring 2023. So, I feel like if they're going to release a Zelda game on the Switch, they've been doing so every year since the Switch has came out, a mainline Zelda game, then we could get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. And the other interesting thing about that, we get those two on there, that'll actually complete the whole Zelda timeline. Yeah, you kind of think about that. Like, every mainline Zelda game would be on one console, that'll be a first. I think that'll be a first time that's ever happened. But these are two games that came out on GameCube and Wii, also remastered in HD for Wii U. I cannot wait to try this out. I did get Wind Waker on GameCube. It should be coming in sometime pretty soon. Once that happens, guys, I'm going to dust off the old GameCube and I'll play it for you guys. New amiibo shown off, and of course that comes with any new games that could get announced. We did get information about the Min Min amiibo. That's coming out actually 9 days from now on the 29th. I have still yet to pre-order mine. I need to talk about pre-ordering one, or it'd be kind of hard to pick one up in store. So, but it depends on the amiibos coming with the games. So, we'll see. Game Boy Family games revealed for Switch Online. Of course, I was talking about this a while ago with the leaks concerning the Game Boy games being leaked for Nintendo Switch Online. People are also speculating that next week we could get them because there's supposed to be a server maintenance with Nintendo Switch Online. I don't think so. Honestly, I think the Game Boy, if we're going to get a new console ad, it's going to be instead of like the September Direct. Think about this for a second. Think about this for a second about the consoles on Nintendo Switch Online. When we first got it announced, it was a September 2018 Direct, or 19 Direct, excuse me. A September 2019 Direct that NES and SNES, okay, I'm getting mixed up. September 2018 Nintendo Direct announced the Nintendo Switch Online that involved the NES consoles, and that got released. So, we got NES games. September 2019 Nintendo Direct revealed the SNES was coming to Switch Online. Okay, skip 2020, 2021, we got an announcement of the expansion pack that included Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis. So, what could 2022 bring us? The Game Boys. It could bring us the Game Boys. But I mean, again, with this leak, it'd be interesting, but I honestly don't think we could get the Game Boy Family games coming to Switch Online next week or in a summer Nintendo Direct. It could be announced for it, but not released. I honestly think the Game Boy announcement's going to be a little more into the September Direct. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a little more into the September Direct. Mario Strikers Battle League details. We have not gotten much information about it aside from a little bit of gameplay, and mostly you can play this online. Of course, it's a big one. It's the first Mario soccer game in over 10 years. I believe 14 years is what they said. So, and it's a big one. People love the Mario Strikers series. I've never played it. Still, I haven't thought much about it. I haven't thought much about Mario Strikers. But we haven't heard much detail since they announced it in the Direct. So I think a June Direct to kind of help promote the release would be good. Of course, this game comes out on June 10. So, I mean, it's a month and a half from now. So you can either, if you have your Direct before then, you can do that. Or if you have your Direct after Mario Strikers release, it'll be like, hey, available now. So, just kind of get people into it. Alright, Splatoon 3, another trailer, details, and release. I still think a summer 2022 release is possible. If not, it could take a fall slot with Bayonetta 3. But they haven't said anything up to date about Splatoon 3 being delayed or not moving or not staying in their summer 2022 slot. So for now, I'm going to keep it as a summer 2022 part of the Direct, and I can see it most likely be an August release. So I just think of that as an August release. Switch game ported to Cloud Edition. You never know what games are going to be could be ported on this console as a Cloud Edition. Lots of possibilities. We'll need to wait and see. Free Spot, of course. The one last announcement, always there. This one is a little one, a Mario movie teaser trailer, or the first trailer. It's a little unorthodox to put this in a Nintendo Direct, but this is what they did last year in the September 2021 Direct. They announced the cast of the Mario movie. And the movie is supposed to come out in December. So we could see in a summer Direct maybe the first trailer or the first teaser trailer for this movie. And a lot of people are very skeptical about Mario movies because the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie left a really bad taste in everyone's mouth. I watched it and I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. So, anyway, a lot of people are hopeful because Nintendo is heavily involved with this movie. They're heavily involved. And people will also question a lot about the cast choices. Some like, well, the one good thing is that we do get Charles Martinet to do cameo characters in the role. Characters, so he doesn't get to be the voice of Mario, but it's going to be interesting to see how Chris Pratt's going to do it. I'm looking forward to that. I watched a lot of Chris Pratt today in that Jurassic Park movie marathon. Of course, the Nintendo Switch Finger Snap. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Remake trailer details and new release. I mentioned new release because it was supposed to come out on April 8th. It was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago, but because of the ongoing situation happening between Russia and Ukraine, Nintendo decided to not release this game. I mean, it makes obvious sense because it's a game about war. It's a game involving tanks and firing weapons at people, and this is something we don't need right now. We do not need a game out that, promotes that. So, I mean, I think it was really smart for Nintendo to not do this. I mean, it kind of hurts that they're not releasing it yet, but it all makes sense. Why not to release it? I mean, like I said, nobody wants to play a game that involves tanks and stuff during this time. Especially in a situation that has now been, I believe it's in its second month, which is, it's crazy. It's terrible to hear about that. But, I mean, hopefully once things kind of die down a little bit, things kind of resolve with that, we could get it. We could. But, honestly, I mean, I'm not sure if this one should be in the summer 2022 predictions. I'm not sure about that. Honestly, I could see them pushing this one to 2023. Just when things can, if hopefully things de-escalate and the situations calm down for quite some time, then they're like, okay, we've had some time, we can go ahead and release it. So yeah, I honestly don't think that this one should be in a summer 2022 Direct, but I mean, if they announce a new release, they should be able to announce a new release. What else? Nintendo GameCube for Switch Online. Also, I mean, this year marks the 20th anniversary of a lot of Switch games, like Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, or I don't know. A lot of Nintendo stuff has turned 20. The console itself released 20 years ago last year. Super Mario Sunshine turns 20 this year. I think Luigi's Mansion turns 20 this year. So, I think Nintendo GameCube would be a really good fit for Switch Online. And especially since, we got Super Mario 3D All-Stars with Sunshine, and they put it in the widescreen format. They can port the games, and then, they can make those games available online. Make them widescreen, And that also allow us to use our GameCube controllers. I mean, what's the purpose of developing GameCube controllers if we're not going to use it, aside from Smash Bros. And 3D All-Stars? What's the purpose if you don't put the GameCube games online? That, and also that time is ending for the Wii U shop, so a lot of things to consider. Mini trailer games shown off, a lot of different stuff, like Sonic Origins could be one of those. We could also get other games information for other games that haven't been announced yet, or like either getting ported or coming later in the year. We'll need to see. So, always up for a mini trailer. I'm always a fan of that. New details about Breath of the Wild sequel. I mean, it is getting delayed to 2023, but I think if we get at least information about it, we could get... If we get details, information about it, I'd be fine with that. At least details, and then maybe the release could come either in this Direct or maybe in the September one. I think that the September one would be a lot more closer to reveal a date as compared to this one. So I think this one could be a little more for detail, and the September one could be for release. And of course, always indie games shown off, a third-party timed exclusive, Batman Arkham Trilogy port. Of course, this was rumored a couple months ago that the Batman Arkham Trilogy is coming to Nintendo Switch by a French retailer, and the retailer has it listed for August. This actually makes a lot of sense to announce this in a September or in a summer Nintendo Direct. They're saying August, according to the retailer. If this gets announced in a summer Direct, it makes a lot of sense. You announce that and you just wait a couple of months, so it makes a lot of sense. But it's also interesting, they are developed by Rocksteady Games, who actually does not have a single game on Nintendo Switch. There isn't a single game at all. So, we'll see. We'll go through that. Honestly, if they do come to Switch, I'd consider giving it a shot. Why not? I'm not a huge fan of Batman, but I mean, I like him okay, but I don't like him great. So, we'll see. A first-party game announcement with a 2023 release. So, it could be anything as long as a first-party game and it's supposed to be announced for 2023 release. And it's an announcement. It can't be anything that's already been announced and slated to release, or coming to release in 2023. For example, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. Yes, it's a 2023 release, but it's already been announced. This was announced in 2019. So, but it's got to be a game that gets, it's one first party, 2 gets announced, and 3 releasing in 2023. So, we'll need to see about that. And then finally, the Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope release. We have not heard any details since Ubisoft's Forward back in June 2021 for E3. That's when they announced the Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope game with the 2022 release. This could be one of those, we have not heard anything in almost a year about it. This could get delayed to 2023. We could see a delay in there. So, and there you guys have it. That is my list of what I think could be announced in a September or summer 2022. I mean, I could use the word June, but I'm like, well, what if the Direct's not in June? What if it's in May or if it's in July? So, this is what I think could get announced in a summer Nintendo Direct. So, like I said, it could be in May, it could be in June, July. Say, I don't think August. It'd be too close to September. So, June is probably the most likely calendar month for a Nintendo Direct. Unless they decide to do one at the end of May, like before June. We'll see. It'd be very, very interesting to see how that works. So, I think a majority of these will probably get announced in a summer Nintendo Direct. The ones I don't think that would, Fall Guys would probably not. Advance Wars 1 and 2 would not. Mario movie might not. Game Boy Family, I don't think so. I mean, a lot of these are predictions what I think could happen in a summer Direct, but some of these are ones that I don't think are going to happen. So, anyway, this is my list of what I got so far. So, yeah, if you guys want to know more about this, all the cool stuff, So, and if you're just now tuning in, which I've seen one of you guys over on Twitch tuning in, I just basically talked about the latest Switch rumblings and a look at what I think could be a Nintendo Direct predictions for a summer 2022 Direct, since we're not officially getting E3 this year, but that doesn't rule out anything for a Nintendo Direct. It does not reveal anything at all. So, there was one last thing I did want to show you guys before the stream's over. I'll have to get back to it. Give me just a quick second. I will need to switch sides. So, and then I apologize for the screen. Alright, so this is the brand new 11 minutes of game footage that was debuting today for TMNT Shredder's Revenge. So we're going to watch all 11 minutes of it. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I mean, this looks so good. The music's great, and this is like the first 2 episodes in this game, so it's the first 11 minutes of the game. I like the way how Michelangelo runs. And he's my favorite out of all the turtles. Party dudes. Oh, gotta watch out for the Bluefoot Ninja. Dynamite strike. I like the ones that just flings at you at the screen. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's unused a special attack. Oh, that one comes right at you. This looks so good. Oh, Leo using the special attack. Watch out, Mikey. I mean, this just feels like a true love letter to the original Turtles in Time games, and that's going to be part of the Cowabunga collection. The fact that we're getting those and this both in this calendar year. Oh, that's a ham. What a ham. Those are going to be kind of tough, the ones with the shields. That's going to be tough. Oh, he just uses the camera. That looks like a talk show. And of course, this is all footage on Xbox, but this is coming to Switch. Special delivery. Of course, like I've also said, the original voice actors are returning to voice the characters in this game. Whoa, look out. The pizza. I just love he just grabs him. He just grabs and slams him. Oh, gotta battle Bebop. Look out! The super special attacks are do a lot of good damage. That's what I like. Watch out! Yep. So who won that one? Da-da. Leonardo won. 76 of 53. Leo's also won the runner award, most time running. Uh-oh. Oh no. Rocksteady's got it. I love that they put April and Splinter into this game. I feel like it's very fitting for them because they got more expanded roles than that. The streets of New York. So now we're going to see the other two turtles in action. We'll see Dawn and Raph. Oh, they took the tire. Ooh. Whoa, look out. Whoa, look out. I love Donnie's special attack. He just swings it like a baseball bat. I love it. I had no idea you could actually charge these attacks. I love that. I was listening for the Rob Paulson voice. He was the voice of Raphael in the original series. Whoa, look out. I don't know how many times we've seen that screen. This music's pretty good too. I love the destructible environments. Ooh, look out. Raph does the suplex. Well, I gotta battle some mousers. He played on his little Game Boy. That was great. Donnie just plays on his little Game Boy. I'm like, in just a minute. I'm like, oh, he's playing on his Game Boy. How cool is that? It gets a little funny. Raph gets flattened. Oh, you gotta watch out for the guys on the bike. Oh, he gets flattened again. This just looks so good. I love the combat in this. This is going to be so fun. A lot of people are going to be watching this. A lot of people are going to be watching and streaming this. Oh, he took out the motor. Oh, look. This game gives me the creeps. Infinite turtle power. Oh, that is going to be an awesome power up. Oh, the combos are going to be off the rails. Then you can use the environments to help you fight as well. That's going to be cool. Rocksteady. Rampage, Relish, and Rhino. Look out for those bombs. I just love that with two players, you can really knock a good chunk out of them. It's going to be really tough with one player. But I think if you have two players in this, that should help you a little bit. Wrecking Ball Award belongs to Donatello. So, this game looks so cool, really awesome. I cannot wait to... Summer 2022, there you go, right there. So it's coming out pretty soon. The question is when. It could be June, July, or August. So, that was pretty fun to watch. That was really fun to watch. I laughed a lot on that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. And the fact that it's coming out really, really soon. I mean, that's just all the more reasons why I think we're going to get a Nintendo Direct possibly in the month of June with the release date on this, but we'll see. And a lot of games that I've mentioned are not only coming out on Nintendo Switch, but also the other consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So, that's pretty much all I got for you guys tonight on this video. So, if you guys wish to check out this video and all my other videos on the platforms, feel free to do so. Head on over to these platforms. Feel free to follow and subscribe on any of these. You can head on over to my Twitter at WillYork_23, Twitch Tuxedo28, and YouTube Will York. You guys can also check me out on Discord. I'm also on Facebook, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and 3DS systems. So, one last thing before I go, my upcoming stream schedule. So, the only big thing planned coming up is in a couple weeks, the Birthday Bash Amiibo Tournament, May 2nd through the 6th. So I'll be doing a Birthday Bash Amiibo Tournament with the Min Min Amiibo. So I'm planning on that. Also, Fall Guys, is supposed to come out soon on Nintendo Switch. So I'm going to try to hopefully stream for you guys some Fall Guys on the Switch. And then also other fun streams on the way. We'll need to see. I might also do reaction stuff to some trailers for movies. All sorts of fun stuff. But really, the best way to find all out the fun stuff is to kind of tune into the channels that you're currently watching on. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. All the ones that you're actually able to watch me on video. So, one super duper last thing. And I want to give thanks to the Outlier provider for allowing me access to stream for you guys. So, the reason I'm able to stream on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Discord is because of Restream. Really, they're awesome, allowing me to stream to multiple platforms at once so that many people can tune in and learn more about all the cool stuff that I like to talk about, all the fun stuff that, that's awesome to talk about, and I gotta thank them for allowing me an opportunity to stream on all the platforms. So on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all the more. So thank you, Restream, for the great opportunity to allow me to come in and be myself and have fun with each and every one who is tuning in and watching, whether it's live or on the replay on the channel. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys tonight. I do want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful night. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good one, guys.